Well, like Alice said, we're all such huge fans of the British invasion. And to actually come here, and actually in one of our early press releases, Shep and Alive Enterprises, labeled us the leader of third generation rock. The 50s being Elvis, and the 60s being the Beatles, and then Alice Cooper being 70s, which when you think about it is relatively true. And we gave Great Britain some great rock and roll in the 50s. They, with steroids, shot it back at us with the British invasion, and we put our sound together with all the influences from all the movies that we love, because we were all, even Bob, his kids, the action movies with James Bond, another English influence on us, and of course all the horror movies, the great horror movies that were American and English. So it was just, it's always made us feel like home here for some crazy reason. And I'm being honest about that, because it's like the United States thought that, it was tough for us to break in there. But when we came here, it was like England got it right away. And thank you, England.
Yes.
But you still drive.
How many of you were here and remember when the truck broke down? Anybody?
We decided that, a naked picture of me on a lorry breaking down at Piccadilly Square on a Friday at rush hour. And I said,
It was
okay,
square back
we
then.
do understand we're going to
In
jail.
those days,
We know that. Okay.
Later it became round and Piccadilly. Yes, so we broke this truck down, and the driver was petrified. He said, "Well, I can't do that. They'll arrest me." And so we promised to take care of his family for the rest of his life while he moldered away in prison. But it seemed to work. And the biggest one was Mary Whitehouse.
Mary Whitehouse.
Oh, wow.
Who...
Exactly. We loved her. We sent her flowers every day.
She said something in the newspapers about how, evil and horrifying it was that these creatures were allowed to soil the British cultural landscape with their presence, and, they should be thrown out of the country and everything. And then everybody started buying tickets.
Leo Absey, too. Leo Absey jumped right on that bandwagon. And I was sending them cigars, and they could not figure out why we were just going, hey, these are the greatest people in the world. We couldn't buy that kind of, And the problem is, though, is once that happens, then you have to deliver. Yeah. Once you show up and you have all that negative press, then you better deliver. And we were ready for that, so that was good.
Because you had Schools Out round about.
Yeah, we had Schools Out, and the show by that time was pretty much. And we knew what we were doing up there,